Hey, what's happening, football fans? Welcome back to the Bald Perspective. On your way in, go ahead and tap the like button, hit subscribe if you never subscribed, and hit that notification bell so you get updates when we upload new content. Let's talk. So, as of recently, we've seen an interview with some real strong commentary from a defensive lineman that the league has figured out, quarterback Lamar Jackson. Now, the question is it true or is it false? And I was going to take a deep dive and take a look at some numbers, so on and so forth. But I took a step back and said, why bother? There are some things that just emphatically speak for itself that says the league has not figured out Lamar Jackson. Has not figured out Lamar Jackson. Now, the player that was talking is respected, right? See, because anytime I hear a player talk, especially if they are in that 1% of anybody who plays football, right? The 1% is anybody who makes it to the league and sticks around. I'm going to listen because they're in the literal trenches. They're in the throes from a week to week, season to season combat zone. And so they have my respect enough to take a listen to what they're saying. And so the context is that the league has figured out Lamar. All right. And the truth is, there are some situations in football that Lamar Jackson has not always been his most optimal. Those times can be pointed to as the playoffs. We understand that the Baltimore Ravens did not make the playoffs this past season, 2025, ending in 2026. We understand that the Baltimore Ravens got dismissed in the 2024-2025 season, which was the end of that season. And the AFC Championship in the 23 ended in 2024 season. So we understand that. And we understand that there were some turnovers, interception and fumble by Lamar Jackson, and there were some things that just was not optimal. But does a couple of playoff games say that the league has figured out Lamar Jackson? Absolutely not. You see, to make that comment would mean that the larger body of work, which is a 17 game sample size from season to season, would look very similar to what the playoff statistics look. So it's just not true. Let me give you an example. Without going too far back and talking about his first MVP season, without going too far back and saying that Lamar Jackson has consistently had the Baltimore Ravens in playoff contention when he was a starter and healthy, there's no point in going back to anything before the 2022 season. No reason. If we just look at 2023, the complete body of work, 2024, the complete body of work, and the onset of the 2025 season before injuries started to take place, there is no situation where you could say the league has figured out Lamar Jackson. We understand that the 2023 season was an MVP season. Now, how can you have figured out Lamar Jackson? And at that point, you would have been in what? Let's see, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. You would have been in the sixth season, which means you have a lot of tape on Lamar Jackson. You would know his tendencies. You would understand the offense that he's pioneering and leading, right? You would understand that. But for him to go out and put on an MVP performance throughout that regular season where they face big time competition over and over again, doesn't sound like the league had figured him out. See, I don't even have to do the numbers. The results just speak for itself. When you go to the 2024 season, which was a better season than the 2023 season, better numbers, better passing yards, so on and so forth, right? We know the 41 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. We know the 900 plus yards, all of those things, but a better season. Does that sound like the league had figured out Lamar Jackson? Does not sound like that to me. And we have to understand that was a better season than his MVP season, which should have resulted in what? Another MVP. We're not arguing that point. I'm just pointing to some things that are true. We understand he's a multiple time All Pro. He's a multi-time Pro Bowler. This is post his first MVP. This is post after his 2022 season that ended with injury. So the league has had plenty of opportunity to quote unquote catch up and figure out with Lamar Jackson, but the performances don't say that at all. And we can say, oh, it's because of Derrick Henry's addition. Not so. He won the MVP in 2023 without Derrick Henry. He still rushed for over 900 yards with Derrick Henry in 2024 season. So it's not that either. It's just the guy is an elite performer throughout the regular season. Now, again, the playoffs look a little different. The numbers come out a little bit different. But no, there is no figuring it out. It's not. But I think what you do see, what teams are really doing, not just for Lamar Jackson, but for any quarterback who has that dual threat factor, what you do see is that teams are doing more spying, which is something that teams do with Lamar Jackson, whether it's with a linebacker or a safety. They do more spying. And you also see them trying to draft linebackers who have elite speed, those dudes that run 4.4 and low 4.5s, so that when Lamar Jackson is scrambling, he's trying to catch the edge so that he can get on about his business, whether he's going to throw it or whether he's going to take off and go downfield, that you have a guy who can create advantageous angles from a defensive perspective. That's what you do see teams doing. But as far as figuring it out, it's not true. Because this guy still has way more touchdowns than he has interceptions. He's really a low interception guy when you look at 23, 24, and the 25 season, with the 2025 season just being a flat out off year. And this is still without a great offensive line. This is still without that really elite guy at the wide receiver position. You see what I'm saying? So stop with the conjecture that the league has figured out Lamar Jackson. It's just not true. You see, because imagine if he's doing what he's doing or has done what he's done with less than elite offensive line play or less than elite wide receiver play. What could he do if one or the other moved towards above average to elite? What would he do? So man, I just want to step in here, man, and address the cap that the league has caught up with Lamar Jackson. You guys let me know what you think, and until next time, I'm out.